Yo, this is the Scarcity Studios YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Thank you to our sponsors at Alpha Claims and Hire, the leading accident management company in Birmingham. Get you a car in 1 hour. Alpha Claims and Hire. This story, I'm actually surprised by this. We've been joking about this for years, a rap X Factor, but it's now actually here and it's been brought to you by Krept and Konan and DJTarget. The Guardian's reported on the fact of this show kicking off on the 23rd of August on BBC3. They are launching the UK version of a US show called The Rap Game, and it is now been running in the US for 5 seasons. It's fronted by Jermaine Dupri alongside Queen Latifah. The Rap Game UK is somewhat more low-key, and South London rappers Krept and Konan as Leonie Cooper in the Guardian writes, and the BBC One Extra's head of music and grime OG DJTarget. They will mentor unsigned MCs who have been flung together in a soulless looking penthouse in Birmingham. So they're actually going to be taking this part in Birmingham. I have no idea where this is. I'm going to find out. And the chance to win a recording contract with Krept and Conan's label Play Dirty. The show is the latest series that proves that the appetite for rap themed talent telly is still growing. With the US version of the show, Cardi B and Chance the Rapper have announced they're going to make a new show called Rhythm and Flow, and it is set to launch this autumn. Cardi B announced via her Instagram that she will actually be on the show as well. So there's a lot of artists that are looking into this avenue of finding the next talent. They then go on to say, do you think we should have industry gatekeepers? Krept and Konan said they are quite picky with what they do. They opened a pancake and ice cream parlour in Croydon last year, Krept and Cones, and it's doing very well actually. But they said they are all about looking for new talent, and the stakes for the winner are very high. I want them to have a long-lasting career, says Konan. I want them to fulfill their dreams, change their lives and change their families' lives, he says. I don't want it to be one hit wonder and everyone forgets about them. I want them to leave their mark and become a real rapper and to compete with the guys in the top of the game. If it wasn't clear, the UK Rap Game definitely wasn't looking for the next Honey G. While none of the previous winners of the US show have actually become household names, the UK plan to create the next Wiley, they are saying, and the lack of diversity in reality TV continues to be a major issue, and it will be interesting to see people from varied backgrounds. Some of the young talents have stories that the tabloids would no doubt joyously revel in order to bring them down had they appeared on any other show, they said. The fact that one artist has been to prison for intent to supply Class A drugs and another is a single father who lives in emergency accommodation is mentioned without fuss or judgment. That's actually kind of good. That's actually like what we need to be doing. We need to be not judging people for the past, because I see a lot of people criticise me for having the time of day for somebody who's come out of prison, and at the end of the day, as society, we're meant to give people a second chance. So if we're not doing that, then what are we doing? What is rehabilitation? What does it mean really? It goes on to say that hip-hop has long offered a route out of poverty. The 7 contestants are coming from Scunthorpe, Aberdeen, all over the United Kingdom, it looks like. That's what makes the show so good, he says. An MC from Scotland is a first for me, and rather than replicating any public humiliation element, this one starts with the contestants already in place and there's no public vote. You don't see them audition and we won't press buzzers, confirms Konan. No one is there for comedy value or to be mocked for their lack of skill. When it came to casting, a shout out for applications was placed on social media. Artists were flagged by the BBC's own in-house launchpad, BBC Introducing. So the BBC have been just getting people off their own introducing site. One of them was former admin assistant Lady Ice. So I know about her. She's from Manchester. She's a good MC, good singer. She has a super fast flow, they say, peppered with patois. I have never heard that description. She was already freestyled for Toddler T on One Extra and had also been on The X Factor, and she got to the boot camp stage as a grime duo with her cousin, but he actually changed his mind and then they never went through with it. So I didn't even know that. So Lady Ice is definitely going to be on this new show, and there's going to be guest appearances from Gets, AJ Tracy, NSG, Mist, J5 and Lady Owl. All of them there to offer advice. That's something else you wouldn't hear on The X Factor. Controversial bars are going to be allowed, so they're going to have bars about Madeleine McCann. So that's going to be interesting to see how the papers react to that. We wanted them to have freedom of speech, said DJTarget. His insistence on a family-friendly filter when rap was created for people people who was unheard. The last thing we want to do is stop these artists from being able to express themselves. The Rap Game UK continues to keep things authentic in its weekly challenges by replicating the real journeys of emerging hip-hop acts. We reference things that actually happen in urban culture, like clashes, says Krept. The show's own take on Lord of the Mics, Jammer from BBK's notorious grime battle event. It is a hell of a lot more viable than Rap Idol that Rio Ferdinand was going to launch a few years ago, and he had stars like Katie Price, Chris Moyles and Jimmy Carr. Forgive me for saying Katie Price was a star, that's what they said. So yes, what an interesting story, as if. I did not expect that, so I really want to hear what people have to say on that. What do you think of this new rap show, the Rap X Factor? Is it going to be treated the same way as the original X Factor? Are people going to respect the artists that come from it? Are you going to see the artists as manufactured? Are you going to see them as genuine? What's your opinions? I'll be really interested to find out. So thank you for joining me. Big up our sponsors at Alpha Claims and Hire Birmingham, the best in Brom. Go follow them online.
Working or helping new artists, like a lot of artists, you know, they kind of, if you're not big enough, they don't really want to work with you, or with me and him, like, we don't really care how big you are. If you're sick, you're sick.
For the same reasons as Krept said, I've been, you know, from a slightly different angle, but I've been supporting new artists, and especially since we've seen UK rap music reach the heights it's reached in the last few years. I think there's no better time for us to have a show like this that's on a national TV.
I want to say well done to all the artists that had the guts and the balls to do this, you know, being constantly on TV in front of us, a big production team, and being under the pressure to do challenges that we just set, whether it's clashing, jumping on this beat, making this song.